It is Pie Week on Mass Appeal. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year, I would say.
It is, but I kind of hate it.
Well, because you're
Guys.
I'm trying to lose weight.
Well, traditional apple pie never gets old.
Never
Ever.
gets old.
But if you're looking for a new twist, we've got Party Hostess Diva Liz Corbett in the kitchen with a recipe for upside down caramel apple pie.
Isn't that cool?
So cool. I am like, I want to eat the whole thing.
It's like I wanted to come up with something different. You know, pie is pie. Why not flip it upside down and put some praline topping underneath it?
Right.
I mean, how cool is that? So kind of like caramel apple taste. I'm going to put you two right to work like I always do so we can talk and work at the same time. Granny Smith, they're nice and tart, and we've got a little bit of lemon juice in there if you want to just kind of give that an extra toss.
Sure. Now the lemon juice is to keep it from browning a
It's to
little
keep
bit?
it from browning, and it just kind of helps to meld all the flavors together. We've got some melted butter, so Ashley, I'm going to have you put melted butter right into the pie plate. This
All
is
right.
so
Any
easy.
special technique?
Just pour the butter in
use
without
your
getting it on
wrist
your
to
dress.
pour it
No,
into
I
the
didn't
plate.
know
you
if
go.
I had to make sure I got it evenly coated. It's a good question.
And then there is
question.
a quarter cup of brown sugar going in there.
Okay.
So dump and just kind of,
Should I use this?
yep,
Okay.
this is how I cook.
What you want to make sure you use butter and not some type of.
I always use butter.
Okay.
Never use anything but real butter. That's my personal opinion because the other stuff is plastic.
There
And
are
butter-
chemicals in it.
Yes.
There are chemicals.
So we've got melted butter, we have brown sugar. This is what makes your caramel praline kind of flavor. And then we have white corn syrup. If you want to go with a spoon, I'm going to give you about a tablespoon.
White
See, I
corn
don't
syrup.
measure.
I noticed that.
Oh, I'm
This is hard-
sorry.
This is hard for me to actually measure on TV, but just for those at home who need those rules, there we go. About a tablespoon of the Karo syrup or corn syrup.
All right. I'm just kind of.
You're doing fine.
making it my own
impressed.
You're
thing.
doing fine. So
All
we've
right.
got
Can I
the.
mix that all together?
When you put it in the oven, it's going to all melt and make this
Oh,
amazing
okay.
caramely praline type.
So
There
it
we
can
go.
be messy at this stage of the game.
You can be messy, but you want to spread it out a little bit.
Okay. All right.
And
I'm
then
on
once
it.
you've got that evenly spread, you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
Perfect.
My first time doing this.
Now,
so.
Seth, I don't want you to feel left out.
No,
so
thank
if
you.
you would ever so gently sprinkle those chopped pecans.
Now, am I using all of them?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
This is an over-the-top pie.
Chopped pecans.
Isn't
Is
that
do you say
fabulous?
pecan or do you say pecan?
I say it both ways.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what's the right way. Is it
I
kind
don't
of like
say
tomato,
pecan.
tomato?
I think
I
that's a
say
tomato
pecan.
tomato thing.
Oh,
It is.
pecan sounds fancier, but I say pecan.
So
Not that-
you're getting the idea. This is going to be underneath. She
There
is
you go,
wild
Ashley.
with that. She is
I got it.
underneath your pie crust. Now, I've got one pre-rolled out and cut for you. You can make your own. You can cheat. You can do whatever you want.
Is it easier just to buy it in the store?
Easier, yes.
Easier, yes.
But it's not that difficult to make pie crust.
Okay.
And we could even just do a whole other segment on that because it's really not that difficult. Now, I've got the wax paper in between. Makes it easier to kind of throw it around. Who wants to toss that baby right in there on
You
top?
can do it.
I'm on
Okay.
it. Just
So
flop
as-
it over?
As even, yeah, onto the plate. Here we go.
Sound effects
Awesome.
and all.
There we are.
And then you're just going to kind of press it down onto that lovely praline topping.
There it is.
And to see how it's nice and warm, you want it at room temperature. Then we've got our Granny Smith apples, and
we dump
into
in?
that goes, and the
Oh, yeah,
recipe, not yet,
So good.
the recipe is
Oh, not
on
yet.
the website. So if you are losing track of what we're doing here, we've got flour, brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon.
Mixing that up.
Toss that around good.
Okay.
And Ashley, I'm going to have you zest just a little bit of lemon rind. You wouldn't think
Okay.
of lemon with apple pie. He's getting scary
no,
with
it
that.
makes it easier.
Oh, he thinks he's cool.
He's
I
doing
can
like
do
the
that.
salad toss.
One time he put me on the spot on live TV and made
Oh
me do
my
the flip.
gosh.
I failed miserably.
All right, here we go. So you're going to dump into there.
There we are.
Pay no mind, and it might be too much. I always
think it
go.
is.
What did he get apple in? Do you need
Just,
that?
it's okay. It's the water. Because you know what? If stuff is flying around, it means you're really having fun. You
I'm
could grab
having a
that spoon
blast.
over there.
All right,
He's
here
like,
we go.
no, I just want to.
So is this as much as you need, or
No,
should
you want to go a
over-
little higher because
Really?
when the apples cook, they sort of condense down a
Oh,
little
that makes
bit.
sense. Here we are.
All
A little
right.
bit of this, a little bit of that.
I could
Now,
have that as a midnight snack.
Ashley, you're going to do just a little bit of this lemon rind right onto here, just a little nice even sprinkle.
Okay.
Real careful, super sharp, all the way around the top. The lemon zest just gives that nice little extra
Okay.
taste. So you've got a lot of tartness going on in here because that's going to be paired well with the praline topping because that is super sweet.
Oh, okay. So, and you want that like
about
Sweet
right.
and tangy.
contrast
You
of
want the
flavors.
contrast.
There you go.
All right, and then we're going to do this top layer. Now, do you remember how you glue these together?
Water, and you
Yes!
mix it around the pot.
Perfect.
I
We're gonna
pay
let you do
attention.
that.
Okay, here we go.
Even though there's a little bit of extra
apple in there. That's
yeah,
all right.
extra
It just
oopsie
adds
things
to the
going
flavor.
together,
It's all
yeah.
about tying together those flavors.
Now, normally when you would do a pie, you would want to get all kind of fancy with the crust going on top. But this pie is going to be flipped upside down.
So don't waste your
So this
time.
part
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
have to be
yeah.
pretty.
Well, that's my kind of pie.
Yeah.
So Ashley, I'm going to have you put this one on here. Just take the whole wax paper and go like so.
Got it. Bam.
Perfect.
How's that?
And then you want to press
and then we're
it.
cinching.
You want to press it down to seal it so that the juices don't come out into your oven. And I have a super tip. Have you ever been baking a pie and the juice from the apples, peaches, whatever, drips out, goes down to the bottom of your oven? What happens next?
Oh, you have to
I
fix
wish I
it.
had that problem.
Smoke alarm goes off. You've got all kinds of burning going on. Horrible. You could have a major thing in your kitchen going on. Keep everyday table salt near your oven. If you ever have something burning on the bottom of your oven, very carefully, just reach in there with a little, not plastic, like a little metal scoop of salt, literally dump like a half a cup of salt
No way.
right onto the area that has spilled. It will immediately smother out the smoke. It will stop smoking, and then when the oven
there's
has
a tip.
cooled, you just scrape it off with a metal spatula.
Wow.
I love that tip. I love that tip.
That's a good one.
But hopefully that doesn't happen to you.
Hopefully
But
it
if
doesn't
it does,
happen, but
It's a
it's
worst case
always
you'll know what to do.
always good to have. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this up this way. And again, it doesn't have to be pretty.
Okay, Liz. And then you put it in the oven for how long at what temperature?
It's going to be on the website. It's, I don't remember, I don't have it in front of
No
me.
problem.
It's
Go to the
about
website,
$375,
mymasterpiece.com.
$400. It does take a while.
But then you get this.
And this looks amazing. And by the way, Liz, favorite holiday pie, quick, what is it?
Oh gosh. You know what? It's going to be apple.
Gotta go with it. It's
Apple.
oldies but goodies, because that's our question of
Or
the day.
pecan.
We
or
want to know.
mincemeat. Or
December 12th, when you support local nonprofit organizations during Valley Gives. Ask your friends on Facebook and Twitter to give with you. Encourage them to make their own gifts to this 24-hour online campaign where region-wide we come together to raise $2 million. In a single day, we'll be supporting hundreds of participating nonprofits in Hamden, Hampshire, and Franklin counties. On December 12th, go to valleygivesday.org and find the local cause that inspires you and make a donation to them. Together, let's get to 2 million. Be inspired, be generous, be involved at valleygivesday.org.
12/12, you just heard it, or December 12th. Easy to remember, and it turns out it's an easy day to give back to your community. Kristen Lutz and Josh Braska are here with more. So Valley Gives Day. Let's talk last year, because last year, smashing success. Tell us all about it.
Well, it was better than Christmas.
Might have been better
we
than Christmas.
really loved it. It was an amazing experience to help come together as a community and raise over $1 million for hundreds of local nonprofits. And we had people out on the streets in all 3 counties donating and getting involved, and it was very exciting. And we know that this year, if everyone brings a friend, we can double our results.
$2 million. So that's the goal this year.
That's the hope,
Go big or
yes.
go home.
Yeah.
$2 million. We can all do it, and it goes to great organizations, and there's so many of them. Josh, tell us a little bit about your organization.
I'm with Valley Free Radio. We're a nonprofit community radio station. We are promoting free speech. We're giving the airwaves back to the community. by training people how to do radio shows, how to express themselves on the air by expressing the diversity of the community.
And it's such a great skill to have, too, because if you can talk, if you can do the back and the forth, it makes life a whole lot easier, too. So you're kind of giving people a new lease on life, being able to talk it up.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to get involved, if they're interested, if they want to donate, how can they do it? And how do you pick where you want your cash to go?
Well, they always say that it's maybe easy to make the money, but it's harder to decide how to give it away. So Valley Gives aims to make that process simple. Donors visit our website, valleygivesday.org, on 12/12. And this year it's 12/12/13, not 12/12/12.
I was going to say that was last year. You need to make that.
And when they do, there's a way to search through over 350 nonprofits. So we have 100 new nonprofits participating this year, and they can search by category if they care about animals or the environment or hunger. They can search on all those things, or they
radio.
can just go or radio,
Quick look for
or
radio.
they can just search right for the one they're looking for, maybe Valley Free Radio. And they can make a donation either on a monthly basis that counts just for that day. And nonprofits have a chance to win up to $200,000 in prizes. And donors can have $1,200 added to one of their gifts for the day. We call it a golden ticket. So we'll be giving those out on the hour. Some hours we'll be giving out a lot of golden tickets. And it makes it exciting, it makes it fun. And we remember last year, right up till midnight, seeing those numbers grow all day long on the tote board. So it was really fun.
Now, who were some of the winners last year?
Dakin, Pioneer Valley.
They raised the most money, is that right?
Well, there were two categories. Larger nonprofits compete against themselves, and smaller nonprofits compete against each other. And which category are you falling into
Small.
this year? The
Really
smaller, yeah.
Smaller nonprofit? Okay.
Small one.
And
Yeah.
so there are prizes for both most donors on the day and most dollars. And those prizes are up to $10,000. And then you get second and third place and even 12th place. We're continuing our celebration of the number 12.
I think you should.
And that's why we have those $1,200 golden tickets. So there are many ways for nonprofits to win.
Well, when I heard about this last year, I said $1 million. That's a lot of money. I don't know if that's going to happen. And then I was floored by everybody out there, the giving nature of Western Massachusetts. Who would have thought $1 million from this community? But this year we're trying to double it.
I'm not going to brag, but we did beat Boston's Give Day last
you
year.
really?
Yeah, the Pioneer Valley was incredibly
serious?
generous. We live in an amazing community.
We really do.
And everyone here has so much to offer, both of their heart and their treasure. And so we know that even gifts of $10 count towards those participation goals. So please come and be a part of it at whatever level you can afford, because it truly is a community event. And that's rare to have something that happens up and down the whole valley. But this is one day.
And it's a unique opportunity to be a part of something really special. I want to thank the two of you for the work that you do. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And be a part of something special. It doesn't take a lot to make a big difference, so you can give back to your favorite local nonprofit. Thursday, December 12th, 12/12/13. Take part in Valley Gives Day. Once again, put it on your calendars or put it on your tabs on your browser, valleygivesday.org.
Everything glimmers during the holidays, and so should your hair. Hairstylist Basha Bells joins us with easy ways to give your hair some extra sparkle this season. Wonderful to have you here. Taking a break from the makeover candidate. So this is Teresa, and you're going to show us how to put her hair up quickly.
Yes.
All right.
What we started off with is actually using hot rollers. It's a hot, quick, easy trick. Anybody, especially with shorter hair, can use at home. So I preset the hair in the hot rollers. Literally left it on anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, not long at all.
And then undid it. I used a little bit of Quick Tease by Redken. What it does is it gives instant volume into the hair. So it already glams up the short, and she has that short, straight hair. So what I'm going to do is just literally leave a little bit of hair, framing her face, because she's one of those people that wears her hair down towards her face. And you literally, I'm going to just take individual sections.
Bobby pins, that's the magic tool there.
And I just kind of swirl it right into place.
Swirl it. Now, what do you mean by swirl it into place?
Swirling
Let's
into
show it.
place. So I'm literally just kind of going up and in.
And now that makes it a little more secure.
Makes it secure, and it's super easy to put into the hair.
Now, hot rollers are a good way to get curl. You can be cooking your turkey or making your sides while your hair is curling, instead of using a curling iron that takes a little more time. And the curls look great.
Yeah, and it will actually, because it's set, it will hold for the whole evening. Be perfect for Thanksgiving.
Perfect.
Especially when
you
you're
gotta look
hosting.
fabulous, right? Even if you're just eating and cooking, that looks great. It's easy. So just some bobby pins after the hot rollers. The hair's out of your face because you don't want hair in your food while you're eating your turkey, and you're ready to go.
Yep.
Beautiful. Well, thanks, Teresa. That looks great. We're actually going to show some more pictures of more hairstyles now, Basha. So let's take a look at some of those photos of other hairstyles that you can do for the holiday. Tell us about this one.
And this, my dear, is half up, half down. And with her hair, we wanted to just kind of show that you can still have it half up, half down, but a lot of people think you just put a ponytail holder and then that's it.
Right.
It's all about hiding it and how do you create a look with flow.
Okay.
So with Christina's hair, I actually wanted to do all up, but I wanted to make it nice and easy and show you what I did.
But she has long hair.
Yeah, she has very long hair. So what I did is I take sections and you almost create little loops like knots. And I'm actually just taking those little knots and pinning it right into the hair.
So you tied her hair in a little knot?
That's it. So I'm just taking her hair, pinning it almost like in a little snarl knot, taking the end and pinning it in.
Wow.
So I'm actually going to do a couple more.
So usually you're trying to get the knots out of your hair. She's putting them in your hair.
Yeah.
But they look great. They look great.
Quick and easy. And then all I'm going to do, because as you know, braids are still very, very, very much in style. Just take one.
So you just keep taking small pieces, knotting them, and pinning them up.
Yep. And then I did actually 2 braids on the very bottom half of her hair. So I'm actually going to incorporate that.
And this is something that she could do on herself?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
So 2 small braids, and then you're just kind of weaving it in?
Yep.
Now, I see the theme here is pulling the hair away from the face. When you're in the
Yes.
kitchen and you're eating, and you don't want all that hair hanging down.
Definitely not.
Especially when you have long, beautiful hair like yours, Christina.
Yeah, and then another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to accessorize her hair and put a beautiful red rose in, just to kind of give it a little something, because I believe hair accessories are a must now for the winter and fall.
Well, then
just
I better
gonna-
get on it. Get myself
Just
some
dresses
accessories.
it up a little bit. Let me get this final one. And same thing, you have a little leftover hair. Just run it
Little knot.
through.
Now let's talk about taking this hairstyle out. Don't forget that there's knots in your hair, because if you try to brush it, that could be scary.
You know
Make sure
what?
you unknot each piece, right?
Yes, yes. I'm just going to spin her this way.
And that's just a little clip-on rose?
Yeah, little clip-on rose. Just to doll it up a little bit.
All right. Let's see the back of that. Let's spin you around. We're going to spin you all the way around. Take a look at that.
With a mixture of the little snarl knots and a little bit of braiding.
Simple, easy. You don't even really have to do much when your hair is once you blow dry it. Just knot it and braid
actually,
it.
the nice thing is about a style like this, having long hair, having children, having to cook, you really don't have a lot of time. This is something that she could really do in a matter of 5 minutes. Throw something up, but boom, you got Thanksgiving
But it
dinner.
looks like you took hours. It looks gorgeous. Thanks so much,
Yeah.
Basha. Looks beautiful. Hey, they say presentation is everything, so we're going to show you how to make your pies and pie crusts look as amazing as they taste. And you can take holiday pictures, but you can paint them too. We're going to hit the canvases when Mass Appeal returns. Do all the talking.
All right.
I'll leave you right alone. Face Ashley like that.
Here?
Just like that.
Okay.
The Art of Transformation is an exhibit featuring work by a local artist, all to benefit the conservation of an endangered and valuable animal, wolves. Vanessa Shakur, she is an activist and artist, and she joins us to share more. Vanessa, you are a tremendous artist, unbelievable. Tell us about you as an artist.
Well, my art, I've always been interested in the internal world and the internal landscape. So my art for me is really about exploration of consciousness, just really getting the inside out to reveal the sort of the core authentic self.
So your work really does kind of show the inner side of you. People can kind of get inside your head by looking at your work.
Yeah.
Now, you've really used it as a tool for healing.
Yes, very much so. As a child, I had really bad asthma, and I've had a lot of physical setbacks. I had a car accident as a teenager, and so art for me was just a way of exploring the inside world and just really almost moving pain through my body, just getting the sort of the words that need to get out. And yeah, so it's really been a tool for just exploration of healing and consciousness. And
so it's like therapy for you.
Oh, completely.
This. I don't want to call it the style right here of Jimi Hendrix. This is, it blows my mind. We're going to have you stand this way so we can show everyone. Tell us about this.
This piece, it's all done in his lyrics. So this evolved from a period of time when I was doing a lot of meditation and really understood the concept of emptying the mind. So I started writing really, really, really tiny on my paper so to really unload. And then that evolved into just creating basically portraits of people in their own world, in their own words. And Hendrix has always been a huge influence of mine. I love that he represents freedom to me, and so I wanted to do pieces of musicians in their own lyrics. That's one of those.
That's unbelievable. We've got about a minute left. We want to let everyone know about your exhibit that's up in Amherst right now. Tell us about that, The Art of Transformation.
It's at Hope and Feathers Gallery in Amherst, and it's called The Art of Transformation because, as we talked about, my art has really been about my own transformation. This is one of the pieces. It's showing mostly my abstract work. And really just, pieces that I often refer to them as shedding skins, just like my own process and healing on paper. So that will be up until the end of the month, and it raises funds and awareness for the Wolf Conservation Center.
Which is very near and dear to your heart.
Very, very, very.
And people can do their part. They can go to their website and learn more about that.
Yeah, it's newyorkwolf.org.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for being here,
Thank
Vanessa.
you.
You're so accomplished. Your work is fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Still ahead on Mass Appeal, Charlie is a local veteran, and she works hard each and every day to make sure that all veterans get the benefits they deserve. Now she deserves a makeover. We're going to show you her transformation later in the show. And up next, your wedding day flies by so fast, you don't want to miss any special moments. We'll tell you how to be sure you get the photographs you absolutely love.
Welcome back to Mass Appeal, your wedding day. It flies by. It's one of the most special days in your life, but it's gone. Just like that. She's wearing a mustache.
I'm wearing a mustache
But
from November.
photographers, they can capture all those beautiful moments and memories, but you want to be sure that each and every photo is special.
You do. Local photographer Sandra Costello from SandraLovesYou.com is joining us with tips for getting photographs you love. Sandra, we're going to go through top 10 tips.
Great.
And this is one of them, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
All right, first tip, schedule an engagement session.
So I think of an engagement session like a trial run. You know, it's an opportunity for us to get to know each other so that you trust me a little more. You can have some fun, and I also get a chance to see, like, are you a blinker? You know, like, what kinds of
people are
things
blinkers.
happen? So I'm ready for the wedding day.
That's right, and you want to be ready for that,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Lighting, you make sure that you consider the lighting.
Okay, so when I think of the lighting part of the day, I think about what mood you want. Do you want a day wedding or an evening wedding? I think the other part of it is your ceremony and portraits. What time of day are you doing these things? Like, if you do your ceremony at high noon, raccoon eyes, not good.
Oh gosh,
So
don't want
you
that.
want to think about that. And also the venue that you have your wedding in. What kind of mood is it? And is it dark in there? You know, lots of things to consider.
Well, you know what else you don't think of too? With the time change, with the sun rising and setting different
Absolutely.
spots. Sometimes it's dark at 4:30, and you need to take that into account.
Well, you're right. And depending on what time of year your wedding is, you want to look at when the sun sets because you'll either have more or less time.
That's
All
true.
these things that you don't necessarily, when everything else you're thinking about, these are great things to make sure you also think about. Hair and makeup.
Hair and makeup. Hire a professional.
Just bite the bullet, just do it.
Yeah, I think it is totally worth it. They know what they're doing. And also do a trial. Because if you don't do a trial and then the day comes and it's not quite what you want, you're going to be sad. You don't want to be crying, right?
Yeah, you better be safe than sorry.
You want to be happy.
And consider having a first look. Tell us about the first look.
So this doesn't work for everyone. Some folks, for couples, they want to see each other right at the ceremony. But other people like to see each other in an intimate moment before the ceremony so that they have that private time. And then there's more time before the actual ceremony to do photographs of the wedding party, the couple, even with family.
That's a good point.
And then you have more time for your reception. So it
To party,
depends.
to celebrate.
That-
Absolutely.
And, you know, like for my wedding, so much of my time was consumed by getting photos taken. I just wanted to go in there and have a drink and do a little dancing.
Yeah.
You want to celebrate your love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
so for some folks this really works.
Another tip that you have, my mom would be proud, it's clean up your room.
Clean up your room. So, you know, it's easy. It's a hectic day. You've got stuff everywhere, but keep that in mind when photographs are being taken of you getting ready. You want your space to look nice.
Tidy up.
Tidy up,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You don't want pictures of a mess.
Yeah,
It's a
hire a
really
maid. Yeah.
good thing you wouldn't necessarily think about, definitely.
And another tip we have, maybe a photo booth?
A photo booth, yes. So if you have a very large wedding, for example, I'm photographing a wedding next month that is 400 guests. You want to make sure that everyone's captured. The booth is a great way to make that happen.
And we're
it's
going to
a
have
lot-
some
and
fun
so
in there.
Fun.
Yeah, so
it's so
fun. Oh my
Should we
gosh,
head
I
into
want to
the
do that
booth?
the whole time. Well, what about family photos?
Family photos. Okay, so this is kind of major, and I feel like family photos are a really important part of the day. Everyone is looking their best, and you want to capture that, but you want to do that in a really efficient way. So have a list, provide that to your photographer, and also keep in mind that it's about 3 minutes per grouping, so really work with just the immediate family. If you feel the need to have a much larger group, then just know it's going to take a little more time. Right?
So a lot that time.
Last
yeah.
tip, have a point person, someone who knows everyone in your family and your friends who are in these pictures, and have them just, you know, help out, and it'll make things go quicker.
Right. You don't want that stress. Also, I think the most important tip is to be yourself.
Totally.
And do things that are silly, like wear a hat
tiny
and a boa.
glitter hats and boas, and just
And
all that good
mustaches.
stuff.
And have fun and smile. That's what it's all about after all, is having fun.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of details for the day which you want to obviously be aware of, but being yourself is most important.
Love it. Well, let's
Shall we?
take some pictures.
Let's get to the booth.
So any suggestions for photo booth pictures? I kind of want to wear this hat.
No, just get wild.
I
Get
just realized
wild.
I was-
Oh, no problem.
I just put a fake mustache on. I don't need a fake mustache because I have a mustache
I do.
now.
I'll put on a fake mustache. This is how it works. You press
Okay,
a button
yeah, so you just push the button.
and you
4,
put on
3,
some
and we just wait here?
props.
Yeah.
And then
Cheese.
That's it.
yes,
Nice,
I love
right?
it.
The best pictures are the ones where you jump up in the air and it catches you midair.
Yeah.
You'll find all these tips online on our website, mymassappeal.com, later on today. Thanks so much, Sandra.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's time for the Hollywood Buzz.
Well, Alec Baldwin just started his new job, MSNBC. And he's already been suspended.
Oh my gosh, he's always in the news for something bad.
Right? The network put the actor turned pundit on a 2-week hiatus after he screamed gay slurs at a photographer.
Anti-gay slurs. What the? Alec Baldwin, get it together.
I know. Either way, he's apologized for his remarks, but just stop doing it in general.
Oh, that just grinds my gears. You know
Right?
what I mean?
I don't blame you. Hey, happy birthday, Larry King. He turns 80 years old tomorrow.
So, you know, he's interviewed more than 40,000 people during his TV career.
And did you know his real name is actually Lawrence Harvey Ziegler? He changed his name to King when his boss at this radio station asked him to come up with something catchier. That must be rough, though, your boss saying, your name? I don't like it. I don't like it. Come up with a better name.
And he also actually had his own show on CNN for 25 years.
And now he hosts a similar show on the internet, still going at 80, and he tells the Hollywood Reporter he can't believe that he's 80 and he still doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up.
There's hope for you. If you're in high school and you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, Larry King still doesn't know. He's turning 80.
That's it. Just always have a dream. Keep
inspiring.
dreaming. Hey, The Voice, right?
This is The Voice.
This is the.
Sing it.
No, I'm not. I want to spare these people my terrible voice.
I love when you say it.
Either way, they're going to take to the stage the top 10 singers tonight, trying to impress America enough to stay on the show for another week.
The top 7 will advance to next week's show, and then the bottom 3 vote getters will once again be subject to the instant Twitter save on Tuesday night.
But that's the best part. That's how you can get involved. You hashtag it, you Twitter it, and you can save someone. So the singer out of the bottom 3 who gets the most votes on Twitter in a 5-minute span is going to survive, and you can catch The Voice tonight at 8 right here in 22 News, and you can tweet about it.
You can. You know, my dad asked me if I ever have twitted. He's like, have you ever twitted?
He
I
needs
said,
to
Dad,
get
I
with
twit
it.
all the time.
He twits like it's none and like nobody's business. Hey,
I love my dad.
How about the box office this weekend?
I didn't go to the movies,
I haven't been to a movie in a long time.
but a lot of people have. You know,
Yeah.
Thor thundered to the top of the movie box office for the 2nd straight week.
Yeah, the superhero sequel. It stars Chris Hemsworth. It earned nearly $39 million in North American theaters. It also made $52 million overseas, so it's approaching the $500 million mark in total ticket sales. That's one big movie that I don't think I'm going to watch.
Maybe when it comes out on DVD.
Maybe. Straight to VHS.
Second place went to a romantic comedy sequel released nearly 15 years after the original movie. The Best Man Holiday with Morris Chestnut and Taye Diggs grabbed nearly $31 million in its debut weekend.
If they made me change my name like Larry King, I would go with Morris Chestnut.
I love it.
That's what I do.
Chestnut.
Las Vegas grabbed the 3rd spot with a take of about $9 million, but a new #1 film will be there next week. I'm predicting it right now because Hunger Games Catching Fire, that sequel, opens nationwide. It's just a guess. It'll be #1 at the box office.
Really? All
Yeah.
right, we'll see next weekend.
Put some money on it.
All right, next Monday, we'll see if you're right. That's today's Hollywood Buzz. Ahead on Mass Appeal, they're mini,
They're delicious.
and they're easier to make than you think.
We're whipping up some mini apple pies. My stomach's growling already.
Stay tuned. Oh no!
They're Welcome back to Mass Appeal. I'm Seth Stubman. Let's check in with Rich Tedmer. He's in the newsroom for a look at what's coming up on 22 News at noon. Hello, Rich.
Seth, the suspect arrested earlier this month for the murder of Amanda Plass was back in court today, and stocks hit a milestone this morning as the Dow Jones Industrial Average pushed above the 16,000 barrier for the first time ever. Plus, we'll look at your latest Storm Team forecast. It's all coming up on 22 News at noon.
So presentation, it's everything, right? That's what my mom
truly
says.
everything,
It really
yeah.
is. People eat with their eyes, so why stick to the norms when it comes to pies and crust? That's what I always ask. And Liz Corbett, you're the Party Hostess Diva.
Yes,
You're
I am.
back, and
I'm
you've
back.
got some ideas for mini pies or baby pies.
And adorable pie crust.
You know what? Any kind of food, when you make it miniature, it just, I don't know about anybody else.
There's
but
just something that's cool
it's
about
adorable. It's adorable. There's a lot of benefits to making a mini pie. It doesn't take as long to bake.
Nice.
It's just nice little portable size, so if somebody wants to take pie home with them, if they're too full from the meal and you want to send it home with them.
That's a good idea.
Or seconds for the
Or
next day.
seconds, or if you really just want your own pie and you don't want to share.
He's actually saying it's less calories than a whole pie.
It's the
mini
same
pie.
thing as a regular pie as far as ingredients go, but you're just going to divvy it out into smaller portions. These little adorable guys right here were made in a classic muffin or cupcake tin.
Oh, and everyone
So
has those.
you're just going to cut your circles, get them into the muffin tin, put in your filling. Those are pumpkin. As you can see from my cute little label there, I don't know if you catch the wine cork.
Oh, that's nice too.
When you
Check
said
this
it's
out.
all about presentation,
It
I
is.
mean, you just can't overdo it. You want to label your pies so that people know what's in them, and why not do it in a fun way? I'm going to show the two of you how to do some pie crust things you may not have thought of.
This looks like it's way out of my ability range. Is this what we're going to try to do?
I was laughing looking at that because I thought that looks like one of those fake pies you buy at the country store.
Oh my gosh,
and it's like all
totally.
shellacked, and then you
My mom had one of those on the table when I was
It's
a kid.
real.
I
It's
wouldn't
real.
want to eat that
It's
pie.
real.
It's
It's
too
real.
good looking.
So I want the two of you to pick out some things that you would like to do on your mini pie crust. Again, just go with cookie cutters. You can buy little tiny sets that are made for fondant.
That is so
So if one of you wants to pick something out, but Ashley, I kind of pre-picked for you because I really want you to try something fun.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
assuming
yes,
because you're a
I'm
girl that
game.
you know how to braid.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to literally braid pie crust. And I don't know if you can see the little one on the scale.
Oh, on the scale.
That is braided pie crust on the edge.
Oh, let's show
Oh
this
my
everybody.
gosh, I didn't even notice
Isn't
that
that
detail.
fun? So if you want to go ahead and give that a whirl, just, you know, how it works.
It makes
It's
it
kind of
too
fragile.
pretty to eat.
And Seth,
Yes.
I don't know if you want to write something on a pie, because you can do that. Look, can you see this here
I'll
with
certainly
the camera?
try hard.
Or you can pick out some, look at this. You can write messages on your pie. Thankful, grateful,
All
anything
right.
you want. You could even, how cool is this? Are there any proposals coming up for Thanksgiving?
Oh, throw
Maybe.
Will You Marry
Put
Me?
Marry
Oh
Me
my
on the pie
gosh.
with the
Check this
unveiling.
one out. Do you know someone named Hank?
That's his pie. That's his pie.
If your name was Hank, that could be your
Oh
pie.
my goodness, there's one in every crowd. Good thing it didn't say Seth in there. Seth, what do you want to do? Do you want to do some little stars? Or
I
we've
will
got these
try
guys here.
some stars.
Isn't that fun, Hank?
I wish I knew
Personalized
someone named
pie.
If
Hank.
there's a Hank out there, that's all for you.
Come get your Hank pie.
What do you want to do on here? You can just do stars. You can do little circles.
I'm going to do stars and circles.
The one that you pointed out that's on the basket, that's got the little lattice work going on. Some people, that's a little intimidating for them.
Me.
So you
Yeah,
can get,
also me.
Okay, some people, most everyone. So you can get a similar look by using little miniature cutters and just going in a row on the top of your crust. And I'll hold this up so you can see it when I'm done.
Well, that's my question, because how do you, this is braided
You're
on top.
cutting strips, and it is a whole technique, and that's kind of like a whole other segment. It's not difficult, but once you master it, it's pretty impressive. Kind of like braiding, but you are doing the pastry strips on top. And I will tell you, once you get oh, that is beautiful.
She's good.
Look at that.
She's good.
I'm pretty good at braiding.
She's pretty good at braiding.
You have a
So,
sister.
did you ever imagine
Makeover
braiding?
Monday.
Did you ever imagine braiding with pie dough? Look how
I've
pretty
never
that came
imagined.
out.
You know, I've never even imagined baking a pie because it would turn out terrible. But
so
now I know how to
that's
braid.
going to
so.
go on the edge of your pie crust once you've got it into your pan. And you remember how to glue it, right? With
the water.
water. You
Water
want to put the
fixes
water on
everything.
there. Once you've got your design on top of your pie, Seth, I don't see you doing anything over
No,
there.
no, I was slacking off. I'm sorry. So I put this on top.
Yep. You can do either way. You can cut and have the little space into the pie where the fruit is going to show. And also you want to let the steam come out and the juice. If you don't put any kind of an opening on top of the pie, it'll just, you know, it won't,
Oh,
it
really?
won't be pretty.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
glad you reminded
So you
me
want
of
to give
that.
that. You can also put them on top for decorations. You could layer them. You could kind of, like we have the little circles on top
Oh,
of the
good
lattice
idea.
one. And when you want to get that nice glossy finish on top of your pie, you're simply going to crack an egg, whisk it up with a fork, the tiniest little bit of cold water, and that's an egg wash, and that is going to go
And you just throw
on
it on
top of your crust.
Now, do you do it before you put it in the oven for the first and only time, or do you take it out, rub it on, and put it back in?
When you've got your pie all done and your crust is on and you've got everything kind of glued together, you do your egg wash, it goes into the oven, and that gives it that beautiful, beautiful golden brown.
Nice.
Wow.
So we've got
make some
braids,
pies.
we've got stars, we've got hearts, we've got writing, and again, I'm still laughing about the Hank.
And this is your little
flour shaker. You
That
want
is
to have all your
cute.
good tools when you're making your pies. You want to have your mat to do on. This is the flour. She wants to try that.
I want to use this thing. What's this?
Okay, this is a rotary cutter. Very similar to those of you crafty people out there that do the paper things. Well, this is pie version.
Oh,
it's
like
just
a
a
pizza
fun
cutter.
little, you can just go all crazy and make all kinds of shapes. You can cut.
Man, this
and
could
it
be
comes-
hours of fun.
I was just gonna say.
It's all kinds
Where
of
have you been all
things.
my life? Pies? Many pies.
And then to recap too earlier, we did
Yes.
these ones. These are in muffin tins.
Those are in muffin tins. These little, excuse me for reaching in front of you, these little
No problem.
adorable guys I found at a thrift store. Aren't these fun? And that's
That is
what
nice.
the little braided one is in.
Very
Yeah, or you
cool.
can flip it over. We could do a faux pie. You can put it on top to see how that looks.
Oh, I think I will.
Just wait until your guests come over for Thanksgiving
They're
and
gonna
see
be
all
impressed.
these little pie decorations that you make.
And if they want to take some home, I just have to share. You might wonder why I have a paper plate.
I did wonder. I thought it was a
not
hat.
little. It's not a
Oh,
little
it's not a
hat.
tricorner
No.
hat. That was my fault.
I personally don't like handing out any of my better name plastic products for people to take things home because they never come
they
back.
never do.
People just, they're not honest. They pretend they lose them. they
they
never
have a
come
Maybe
back.
you
closet of
should
them.
get not so nice
They never
this
come
is
back
what
to
we
my
have
house.
then.
So paper plate,
Fold it
pinch
up
up
into
the
three.
two sides, like 2/3 mostly in, a little staple, slide in their little piece of pie to
Great
take
idea.
home, put the other one up, they're good to go. And it's just an easy, they could even eat it in the car on the way home if they can't wait.
That's me.
And it's just, and
Off
it's
the
just
highway,
throwaway.
eating my pie.
very
So
bad
Don't
driver
text
she
and
is.
drive, but eating pie is totally fine.
Think pies,
It's
make a
not
miniature.
totally
It's
fine.
not difficult.
If you
not
want
difficult.
any of
Let's
this
do the
information,
passenger.
at mymassappeal.com later today and up.